What's going on, guys? Welcome to the first, and hopefully not the last, episode of Pocket Talk. Me and John are going to cover 4 to 5 subjects an episode that we've found interesting, that we usually bullshit about on our phone, so we might as well share it with you guys, because I find our conversations very interesting, and let's just get right on into it.
So I was telling you about this, Adam. I told you about Mad Catz.
Yeah.
I think a little bit earlier today at work. And
Yeah.
we found out yesterday that they resigned. Like 3 people resigned.
Yeah, well, I didn't know about this.
Yeah,
I had no idea this happened.
Yeah, right before their financial earnings that came out today, which
Oh
I actually
my
didn't look
God.
at. Which I'm assuming they're poor. If they resigned, they're poor.
I actually checked their stock this morning because I was
Uh-huh.
curious about it, and it dropped down to like 23 cents.
Yeah, and let's just be clear. It dropped from like 41 cents to 23 cents.
Still,
So
that's
it's like
almost half their value, man.
it is, yeah. It's like half their value, but still, it's still a penny stock. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But it's kind of a disaster, right? So I read a little bit into it, and it's kind of like I didn't know they actually co-published Rock Band 4.
And that I didn't know that either, actually.
So they co-published Rock Band 4, and they also clearly made the plastic instruments, which Mad Catz would always do,
Right.
that for the game. And Rock Band 4 actually, do you know actually how much it sold?
I heard it sold like crap.
It sold less than 1 million copies worldwide.
Jesus. Wait,
It's-
really?
Yeah, and for a AAA
I mean, granted, I
developer,
didn't buy it, so.
Yeah, I didn't either. With a AAA developer, that's horrible. I mean, it is abysmal.
Yeah,
And
it's kind of shitty.
I'm not that surprised because the whole rhythm genre has kind of taken a huge dip in the mainstream. So less than 1 million copies, I guess, doesn't really. I guess that's shocking that it's so low, but it's not too surprising that it did poorly. So
Yeah.
evidently, Mad Catz put a lot of stock
Right.
in it doing well, and it didn't. But that to me, doesn't show off. I actually, right when I heard this, I kind of just looked at Mad Catz's line, and I kind of see that they're in like so many different markets. They're publishing video games, they're making peripherals, they're making controllers, they're making mice,
Mhm.
they're making headsets, keyboards, fight sticks.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on.
Yeah, well, I think it was just oversaturation. Like, I remember Mad Catz being the company that made the shitty third-party, like, crappy controllers that were, like, micro-sized.
Yeah, that we all bought.
Yeah.
We all bought them.
That was, like, player 2 or player 3. Like, oh, you're third player? Bro, you have the shitty Mad Catz thing.
Yeah, it was
like, deal with
$20. That was like part of my allowance. Screw you, and that was it. And that was
Oh
it.
my
But
God.
I couldn't believe they're in so many markets.
Yeah.
And I clearly think that's a huge issue for them.
Well, I think
but-
they bought Cytec, like the
no idea
keyboard
who that
company. They make computer peripherals. Like, I
Okay,
think they bought
makes
them
sense by their computer peripheral line.
and pretty much turned them to shit.
See, but that was the thing. That's the other thing with Mad Catz, right? So back in like the early 2000s, they kind of sucked. Let's
Yeah.
just say it. They had no quality control. It was buttons would jam, controllers would stop working within a year.
That
period.
was your $15 controller you would buy at a GameStop or a Funko
Yeah.
Land.
Absolutely. I actually think, remember the GameStop branded controllers? I always thought those were better than Mad Catz controllers. But they weren't far better.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, what am I getting at? I was saying Mad Catz was getting into too many lines, and I was saying, oh man, I lost my train of thought.
Oh, this
I'm back.
podcast is great.
I know. So I'm getting into, oh fuck, dude. This is why it's so real. Like, this is what happens all the time with me.
This is how you hit record and you get flustered.
No, dude. In our real conversations, I get flustered.
Well, yeah.
Okay, wait. All right. So in early 2000s, no, seriously, that's what happened.
Okay.
Complete train of thought. So early 2000s, Backhead sucked, and the whole point was in the middle 2000s, in the early 2010s, they actually got halfway decent. People were saying, "Wow, Mad Catz is turning around. Clearly, they're getting better."
Right.
Like, and it's great. Their fight sticks are still. I've read reviews about them, independent reviews, not just actual website reviews. People say good things, and I'm like, okay. People say good things. Finally, they're turning it around. And then you tell me today, you're like, oh yeah, dude, evidently Mad Catz went to shit again. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
What
well,
happened?
that's what I heard, because I remember I have fight pads from them when Street Fighter 4 came out, and they were
Yeah,
solid. They felt
they were.
like the old school Saturn or like Genesis 6-button controllers,
Yeah,
and they were fine. And yeah, I heard the last like line of fight sticks that like they barely make them. They pretty much get most of it. They just make the board, and they don't even make the buttons or anything. They make the board and maybe the enclosure, and that's it.
even profit off that. They have to.
I'm going with they have to buy it super cheap.
Yeah, they're pretty for what they are. They're usually about $100-$150. Their controllers. They're pretty affordable compared to like the maxed out controller that's going to cost you like $250.
Yeah, well, they sell tournament edition ones that are like $230, $240.
Oh well, that's a shame.
At that point, why don't you just buy like a really nice Hori controller?
I would say yeah, they're usually better rated than Mad Catz controllers. I don't know if I clearly all the CEO resigned and I think 2 other executives resigned like we said before.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna fill those positions, I would definitely start scaling back.
Yeah.
For Mad Catz, I think they just have to start scaling back. They have to really whatever's not profiting for them, cut it down, like cut fat.
Yeah.
Stick with what's profiting. Go small. Start profiting for a few years and then start building up again. Cause
I could see them closing.
that's what I don't want to see. Like I don't want to see Mad Catz close. And it's possible if they have too much debt on their head, yeah, they're gonna close.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a.
You want to do a sweet transition right now and go from one thing, hopefully not closing, to something that actually closed down?
Yeah.
Because I blew your goddamn mind this morning when I told you. GameTrailers.com is no longer a thing.
Yeah, you showed me your talking points. You were just like, I want to talk about X and I want to talk about GameTrailers. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's like, they shut down. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about?
So, you wanted to... I wanted to go to their website yesterday because I wanted to look at like some trailers you told me to check out that we'll be talking about later. And the website didn't resolve. Like, it would just get, like, error. Like, I would get not 404, but it would time out. So I'm like, that's weird. Maybe the site's down, whatever.
It's up now.
Yeah.
Check the
is it?
Yeah, it's up now.
Well, it wasn't working before. So I go on Reddit, and they're like, Game Trailers closed. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Because, like, that was, like, our childhood. We would come home, like, E3 was, like, Game Trailers all day, every day.
I remember you showed me, because Screw Attack, another company, was partnered with them for top 10s.
Yeah, yeah.
And you would show me all those top 10s. They were all in Game Trailers.
Right.
And I was like, whoa. And this is when I was like, I think maybe 16.
Yeah.
It's about 10, not 10 years ago. Not yet. Not 10 years ago yet.
Close.
Close. And it was just a lot of good memories from Game Trailers. And I don't want to be the one to say it. I'm not shocked. I was shocked that they closed because it was just like, wow, that's a big name closing. But if you really look at it, it's not that shocking they closed.
I think it's more of a... They do put out quality stuff, though.
Oh, they're fantastic.
Like their timelines, the retrospectives, and all that stuff.
Game Trailers, in terms of staff, it's all quality, and they seem to just were doing what they wanted. And that's what made it feel so good.
Yeah.
But I think a few things really ended up killing Game Trailers, right? Like, independent reviewers killed all form of mainstream game media.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it beat it up. Even IGN was struggling at one point.
Yeah.
So that really took a hit for them. They do long form content, right?
Yeah.
So they do a lot of research form content, skit form content. It takes a while to produce. They really were putting out, maybe if I have their YouTube channel up right now, they were putting out maybe a video every few days. Ish, maybe once a day, a few videos a day, it looked like. Maybe 2 a day at most.
I think YouTube in general killed them.
Yeah, I mean, they're a staff of 10, and I'm like, okay, and they're getting how many views per video, and not that much. Do you think it's really covering the cost of just staffing?
Yeah.
Probably not. And it's sad.
Right.
It's sad that this product essentially can't survive on YouTube.
Right.
Like this long form product, I think can't survive.
It's such a bummer.
It's a bummer.
You have a company like that last for so long, and then and they found out literally hours.
Yeah, I that's another thing I just found out, like literally 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, they found out hours before, like the day of.
Yeah. Defy Media, who owns GameTrailers, The Escapist, and some other companies, literally told them like, "Oh yeah, you guys don't exist tomorrow."
Yeah, you're done.
And
I
it's
think
like,
that's wrong.
yeah, well, you got to think about it in their way. If GameTrailers knew they were going away, a lot of people would have probably left in like a giant chunk.
Well, if you give them a month, say, hey, look, we're closing in a month, and do what you want, find new jobs.
Yeah.
Who cares? We're closing in a month. You don't tell the guys the day beforehand, hey, look, you're gone, you're doing a job. It's like, oh, thanks. This is what the. It's not like you just made that decision yesterday.
That's true.
And it's just incredibly sad. I mean, we knew they were having financial issues a few years back because they were independent originally, then bought by Viacom, which I think was MTV. And stuff like that.
Yeah, that whole
and
umbrella.
they were bought by Viacom, and then they were sold to Defy Media, and then while being sold to Defy Media, 2/3 of their staff got cut, and clearly that means they were making a lot of money, and that's why they were sold.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, like I said, I'm not that shocked that they were closed down, but it's really sad. All those guys are fantastic. Brandon, the guy who founded it, with another guy, I forgot the other guy's name. He wasn't Brandon's the guy.
Well, he's literally the voice.
He's the voice
of everything.
Yeah. He's the voice of everything. Fantastic, and I think they all did a great job there. And I I'm hoping like people like Kyle Bossman and Hubert. And sadly, I can't name them all. I hope they start their own kind of YouTube channels, and they hope they keep making stuff because it's really good to watch.
Yeah.
And I can't recommend it enough. With all the garbage that's out there, honestly, like
including this.
I'm not saying this is quality at all. I'm not saying we even hold a candle. It's with all of the bad stuff that's on YouTube, and just on the gaming side. It's really sad that closed. Like that GameTrailers closed.
Yeah.
Because they were one of the kings. They were up there.
They were the king for a long time.
Well, like legitimate kings, yeah, but I'm talking about in terms of quality. They were up. They were really. Oh high.
Yeah, absolutely.
They were up there. I'll throw some shade. Like IGN got no shit on them. Like come on, like seriously, like. Final Bossman is just a form of genius. Like it really is.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things to watch. Like I'll admit I don't watch them a lot, and I'll probably watch a ton of them now. Like I'm gonna go back and watch a bunch of them. But every single one I watched, I enjoyed thoroughly. I thought they were amazing little pieces of content.
Yeah, they were really fantastic, and I still watch their top 10s.
Yeah.
To this day, I mean, of course, getting older, you kind of stop watching as much stuff because you just don't have the time. But
right.
I always still tried to find time for GameTrailers. I was always coming back. I can't say that about other things. So look, it's true. I don't watch it anymore. I don't think they're bad. I don't.
Yeah. Sometimes you grow out of things, but GameTrailers was like a thing we really didn't grow out of.
No, I really didn't. I never really grew out of GameTrailers. Makes me sad. It's really sad.
I'm really depressed right now.
And, yeah, it's a bummer. It really is. But they went out in a blaze of glory, giving Bloodborne a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, they're only 10 out of 10. It's the only 10 out of 10 they ever gave.
And I think I don't know if they did it out of some spite or just as a joke, but it was pretty funny.
I think it was joking, but they probably were serious about it. They're like, Bloodborne 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10, screw it.
Yeah.
It's the best game we ever played.
Fuck all y'all.
Alright, I can accept that. I can accept that.
Can we move on from depressing things and talk about something cool?
Absolutely.
So this is all you, brother, because you brought this to my attention yesterday, and I didn't even know this thing came out a week ago.
And it blew your freaking mind, right?
It did.
I have mixed feelings about it, but overall, it just looks sweet. So if you guys haven't seen, the new Final Fantasy 15 trailer came out.
Yeah, and it'll be in the little center spot that's going on right now.
It's the Niflheim base battle trailer.
Niflheim.
Whatever, I don't care. I can't pronounce anything. Not the point. I just love this trailer. Just shows off a whole bunch of new stuff, like new designed HUD, new gameplay mechanics, showing off things they were talking about. Really, I think taking into fan feedback from episode Duske into fruition. Everything about this is just, to me, phenomenal.
The UI change is what got me. I'm like, the whole UI is completely different.
Exactly, and I think it's for the better. I think the UI is for the better. So if you guys haven't played episode Dosuke, which Adam and I totally did.
I played it for about like an hour and a half. You've played it more than I did.
I definitely played it more than I did. I played the 2.0 update. I don't think you played the 2.0 update.
I did not.
It's the biggest issue I had with it was when attacking. I never figured it out. Maybe you could, but never could figure out how to change weapons in terms of like everything's one attack button and there's no way to switch weapons and they're kind of random.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm wrong, but I can never figure it out. And now I look at this and I'm like, okay, now you can switch weapons on the fly, you can combo on the fly. Like, it makes everything look more fluid and nice and not automatic.
You know what it reminded me of?
What did it remind you of?
Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
You remember, like, in Devil May Cry 3, you had that free-flowing combo system where you could change it between weapons. I'm like, oh my god, this looks amazing.
Yeah, and people are complaining about this. They're like, it's too action-oriented. I go, I don't care. And they're going, oh, look at this stealth. It's like Metal Gear Solid. I go, it's not.
It's not.
And you see the spotlights.
Yeah.
But, like, I just think it's... I like that they're trying new things. Final Fantasy has always been a series they try new things with. Because it's going to sell. So they're like, we're going to try new stuff, and you're going to buy it.
Yeah.
Too bad. And I don't know. It looks phenomenal. Graphically, it looks phenomenal. I'm just gushing right now. Clearly just gushing about how great this is. And I think they show off team attacks, which you get a taste of in Dosuke's 2.0 update. But now it looks like you can kind of just call on to like one of your party members to take action in some way. I don't know. It kind of looks like you might be able to control them, but that's not.
Well, that's what I was gonna say, because it looks like you can swap between them now, as opposed to just controlling the main character, whose name I can't remember at this
Noctis.
point. Noctis, right?
Yeah. No. Yeah. I don't know if you can do it. I don't know if they're kind of zooming in to show you can see the action, or you actually take action. I also like that. Clearly, I don't know if you can order them around either because I forgot his name, Ignis, or it's not Prompto, it's Ignis, I think.
Mm-hmm.
He was kind of on a railing, and I think he yelled Ignis and Ignis hit him once, and then Noctis uses his warp attack, and it seems like it felt like a really organic double team.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. You're just like, this is kind of what I want to see, generally in a somewhat action RPG kind of scenario.
I got really pumped when they used X Strike.
Oh, they did, yeah.
Yeah, I like freaked out. I'm like, Chrono Trigger.
yeah. And I think everyone's gonna be a bit turned off by him stealth killing the guy and being in the turret.
Oh yeah.
Which might be spoilers. I don't know how long this will.
It doesn't bother me.
But it's yeah. That was like, oh man, turret sequence. I don't want to see those.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it doesn't
look really good.
I'm not gonna complain about it if they make it. If it's fun to play and if the story's not like ridiculous, I'm fine with it.
I think the story's so far from the trailers looks really good. It looks engaging. I like all the characters. None of them seem to be like, whiny pre-teen Jonas Brothers.
Except they have a sweet car.
See, they have a sweet car. I love their hairstyles. They don't look like Japanese pop singers at all.
Yeah, no way.
I really do like. I like everything about this game so far that's being shown, at least to some degree. I think it has a lot of promise, and it's going to be massive and open world, and I'm usually turned off by those, but with an RPG, I'm usually okay with it. So,
I have faith. I always have faith until, like Final Fantasy 13. I had faith until I played it, and you know what? If I go back to it, I might like it, but I don't know.
At the time, you didn't like it at all.
I was not a fan.
Yeah, I actually like it, but And the other thing is this is definitely a day one purchase for me, no matter what.
Oh yeah, I'm
reviews can say 3.0 bad, glitchy as hell, and I'm like, too bad. I gotta play it.
I'm
too excited.
I tell this to people all the time that talk to me about video games sometimes, and it's like I am the biggest Final Fantasy whore that there is because I literally have 4 copies of Final Fantasy 4.
You do. One on the Super... no, you own the Japanese version.
I have the Japanese version on Super Nintendo. I have the PSP version. I have the 3DS version. Have the DS version, right? That's only 3. I have more.
Wonder Swan.
I have the Wonder Swan version. I don't even have a Wonder Swan. I bought it for giggles.
What's the point?
It was like $4.
I think you got the Japanese Super Nintendo version for like
$6. It was like $6. $10 probably with shipping. because like they make the cartridges. They made so many cartridges, so it's like I literally bought it brand new. I have the case. I have the case. I have the book.
You have the book. The book's nice.
Yeah, I know, and it's like $10. I'm like, I can't go wrong with that.
I saw on your table. You have the complete works of I forgot the artist's name. It's slipping my mind.
Yoshitaka Amano.
There you go, Yoshitaka Amano. Yeah,
I have his complete like art book.
Yeah.
Which is like it's so awesome.
Yeah.
And that was expensive. That was like $60, $70.
Whatever.
But fuck that, it was amazing. I loved it.
Amazing. It's Final Fantasy. We all love Final Fantasy.
Exactly.
Play Final Fantasy Record Keeper on iOS.
Oh,
Adam hates that game.
I hate mobile games in general.
I don't. I play it all the time, but it's not good.
You and our friend Chris are like addicted to this fucking game.
He still plays it?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, because he's the best. Chris is the best. That's why. I'm shocked. I thought he stopped playing a long time ago.
Shout out to Chris.
Shout out to Chris. Chris D. He's jacked.
Yes.
Speaking of jacked people, though.
Oh God. I'm gonna be honest with you, Jonathan. I almost cried last night.
So sad. You told me before the incident that it might happen.
Yeah.
And I was pretty surprised.
And I was like, it could be different. It could just be something that's fake. You don't know. But this sucks. Everybody that hangs out on my streams knows I like professional wrestling. I've always liked professional wrestling since I was like 10. Like I grew up with WWF, WCW, the whole thing. And one of my favorite professional wrestlers, who I got to see live before WWE picked him up, Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan, retired yesterday due to concussions.
Yep.
And I watched Raw last night, and Raw was alright. I tend not to watch it, but this was like he was going to go out there and explain everything, and due to his concussion problems, he's legitimately retiring from wrestling, and his speech was amazing.
I did see it.
Did
it
you?
Was really sad. Yeah, it was really sad.
Literally, me and Amanda almost broke down when he mentioned his dad, because his dad passed away.
Yes.
And I'm gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry.
It was a real bummer. He pretty much. He's evidently. You told me yesterday he's cleared by doctors.
He was cleared. Some doctors did clear him. Yes. But
then he kind of gave the impression that like his he's not healthy.
Well, evidently, what he said was he was ready to push to start coming back again.
Yep.
Until he took another test, and evidently his brain was not where he thought it was.
Yeah, it's clearly he might have some issues already that he doesn't want to aggravate.
Yeah, and I mean he wants to have kids and do the whole thing, and you know what? Respect, man. I'm so grateful to have watched him actually wrestle. I went back because I'm like, we first saw Daniel Bryan when he was Bryan Danielson in a Ring of Honor show in 2005. And John, do you remember who he wrestled?
I want to say Nigel McGuinness, but I'm just
no.
Damn, I had to guess.
It was Final Battle 2005. The main event of that show was Kenta, who is Hideo Itami now in NXT.
Oh yeah, okay.
Versus Low-Ki. And Bryan Danielson fought Naomichi Marufuji for the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Championship, and Daniel Bryan won, obviously, and he came out to the final countdown back then, and it was amazing.
Yep. He was the American Dragon, man.
American Dragon. And
remember that.
God, and we've seen him a bunch of other times. We've seen him wrestle Nigel McGuinness, and
who also retired, I think.
Yeah, because he had the same kind of problems.
Yeah.
And Takeshi Morishima, we saw him wrestle that, and he's wrestled so many people in WWE and has had amazing matches in WWE. And it's just like the dude put in such a freaking career, and it blows my mind. And he's still in his 30s. He still has so much to live for. And I, honest to God, hope if he goes back to wrestling in a shape or form, I hope it's as a coach. Because damn, could the NXT people like have a coach like that?
I think I don't think he wants to leave the business. I don't think he has any intentions of leaving the business. If they'll have him.
Yeah,
I don't think he wants to stop working.
Yeah,
he probably could. He probably made enough money to stop working, but I don't think he wants to. He clearly liked the sport, and I hesitated to say it's sport. It's pretty much a sport.
Yeah.
It's just fixed. It's a sport. It is a competition.
The results are predetermined.
Yeah, right. Let's quote Brock Lesnar. It's fighting. It's the same game. Dana White. But yeah, it was a real bummer to see him kind of be as Raw, just be kind of like on Raw. He was Raw.
Oh, nice wordplay.
But it was really a bummer, and but it was kind of I don't know. He at the end he was kind of really positive, and I thought that was the best thing about the whole thing. He was really positive, and he said, "Look, like it's not the end of me. It's just the end of this kind of chapter of my life." And he got his yes chant one last time, which was pretty great.
Yeah.
And then it was gone. It was over.
In one fell swoop, Daniel Bryan is no longer an active wrestler, an active professional wrestler.
Yeah.
You know what bums me out the most about it, and it's kind of selfish. Shinsuke Nakamura just signed with WWE like about a month ago, and he's like gonna debut in NXT in the Dallas Takeover event before WrestleMania, and we did not get to see Daniel Bryan wrestle him because I feel like that would have been one of the most amazing matches of all time.
And I'm didn't he want to wrestle someone really badly?
He wanted to wrestle Shinsuke.
Oh, there you go. I thought it was.
And it's like, oh, it happens. It finally happens. And like, oh my god, the dream match of like this century probably. I don't know.
You can always try to hold out hope he'll wrestle one more time, but
I'd prefer since he retired that he doesn't, especially after saying like, I'm not okay.
Yeah, that's always the danger, and you don't want to get any kind of multiple concussions, multiple hits to the head.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't see the Will Smith movie, but
I did not either. But you gotta understand with what's happened in wrestling, even what's happened with people in brain injuries in wrestling.
Yep. There's boxing. There's problems. Yeah. MMA. We're gonna find out years from now. MMA is gonna have issues.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen. You keep getting hit in the face.
If you keep getting punched in the head and you keep having a concussion or getting knocked out.
Yeah. Honestly that's why I think Forrest Griffin left.
I wouldn't doubt it.
He said he got knocked out too many times. I remember him saying like, "I'm out."
Yeah.
And it's not because it hurt. It did hurt clearly.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah. I mean, I want to live for a long time. I want to be me for a long.
Right. Exactly.
I don't want to be like in any way, shape, or form hindered by what I did.
Right.
So.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
We started depressing.
Yep.
We were depressing again.
Yep.
We were kind of not depressing.
Dude, play Final Fantasy 15.
And
it's going to be great.
Then we end with the most depressing thing to me this whole week.
Yeah.
It was a great podcast.
It was fantastic as I scratch my ear.
As you scratch your ear. Dude, I've like petted my beard like at least 4 or 5 times, so it's fine.
And I keep slicking my hair back.
You should let your hair down. Let everybody...
For everybody, just... I have it up for work all the time. There it is.
Look at that lovely mane.
Congratulations.
Jesus has blessed you.
Yes.
Oh my god. So that's it. This has been the first episode of Pocket Talk, and hopefully we will be doing this again. And if you guys have any questions that you'd want us to address or any things, it doesn't have to be like gaming related. It could be anything.
It could be about the stock market.
No, I won't answer those questions.
I'll try to answer the question.
I will not answer any form of question that has to do with the stock market.
Really?
But yeah, drop your questions below. Hopefully, if we get another one done, I mean, we'll answer your questions. If not, we'll have our own things I'm sure we'll want to talk about. And we're probably going to try to bring this out like once a week, I'm thinking.
Yeah. Because
it's over Skype. John has no excuses not to record anything.
Exactly. There's no reason why I can't be here. Except for me sleeping.
Exactly.
At like 6:55.
Yeah. I'm going to go to bed at 7 o'clock. Sorry, guys. Good night.
Dude.
Not recording a podcast today.
I'm out.
But Jesus Christ. Thank you guys so much for watching. Yes. And we will talk to you guys soon.
Yeah. Talk to you later, guys.